In today's video, man, we gonna do our last ride, man, before we put the bike up after completing our first riding season. We've been riding since about August 22nd. It's just gonna be my last ride, you know what I'm saying, before the season is over, man. I left the crib and I thought I was gonna be cool, but I need a bed, bro. As soon as I got on the bike, I'm like, yeah, I'm parched, bro. So I'm gonna run in here and get this bed, and then we gonna get into it, y'all boys. I thought I would end up putting on rubber gloves under these, just because I thought it was gonna be extremely cold, but it's like close to 50. But it feels like 8 degrees lower than that, so, you know, I've had some colder days than this, so I feel like now my tolerance is built up for the cold. This is indeed a good ass beverage, man. 0 sugar, so if you're like me, I'm a sugar fiend. So this is good for me. It doesn't have all the sugars in it that a normal drink would have, and it's Starburst flavor, bro. Like, it tastes like a Starburst for real. Like, I can't even lie to you. And also, I have a quote for you guys. It's something that kind of came off of the top of my head, but more than likely, it's a combination of quotes that I've seen in the past. And this quote reads, "We get so blinded by what we don't have, we never take a moment to realize how much we are truly blessed with." And that is very accurate for me, specifically for this bike, because, man, it was a time I was wishing I had a bike, but I never took any commitment to actually trying to get one because they cost money, you know, and I'm like, I won't have the money, or I won't be able to afford a down payment. But when I reflect, and you know what I'm saying, I'm here now, I have a motorcycle, and in my review I say, like, I just want something faster. I want like a 600 or 1,000. So it's kind of like, am I being ungrateful? am I doing too much? You know what I'm saying? I just got this bike, so I got that battle. Then the other battle is, well, you've had the bike for 3 months and you put 2,600 miles on it. Are you ready? And I know that I'm ready for another bike, but I did just get this bike. But I didn't pay a crazy price for the bike either. So it's like, okay, maybe I can pay more on this bike, trade it in. Obviously, what I still owe on this bike will just be added onto the new bike, but I can handle that. You know what I'm saying? And it's also like, in the 3 months I did have this bike, I did a lot of mods to it. Like, every piece on here has been touched. It's been changed in some way. Besides the paint, obviously, the bike was always black, but all the forged carbon vinyl you see, the frame sliders, levers, as well as the guards. Like, I did a lot. Got the fender off of there, man. That's like the #1 thing you want to do on a bike. Like, no matter what the bike is, get that weak ass, big ass fender off of there, bro. We got some advertising on the windscreen, you know. Wherever my bike's parked, I can still potentially get followers or subscribers if they were to go to my Instagram page and then bounce to my YouTube page. Then, you know, that's just engagement right there, bro. So I did a lot to the bike. It's beautiful, man. Like, and something else in me wants to even just keep this bike forever and get another bike. Not really ideal in my situation. I really don't need 2 bikes, bro. But for the 3 months that I've been riding, bro, these have been the best 3 months of my life. Like, this is something I really, really enjoy. And I know I enjoy it because I'm out here in wintertime weather almost. I'm gonna get her started up real quick, man. Every time I hear that sound, man, a smile to my face. to top off our last day riding on the bike, man, we are going to be talking about the bare minimum skills as well as the mindset that I feel like every rider should have when they're on a motorcycle. Got a little cough going, man, so that's how you know it's kind of like in that colder time of the season. I always get some sort of cold when the weather changes, unfortunately, but I expect it at this point, so it's not a surprise. So getting into our first topic of discussion for today, when you're on the road, what are the things that you can control? So when you're on the road, you can definitely control the clothing you're wearing, so pretty much how visible you are to other riders on the road or drivers. Another thing that makes you visible is how often you use your signals. Do you use them for every turn? Or you use the hand signals when you look left and right, just to take an extra precaution? But using your signals while you're on the road is another way to be visible, especially at nighttime. Another thing that's in your control is wearing your gear. I currently have on my riding boots, my leather pants with padding in them, as well as a shirt that has back protection, shoulder protection, and elbow protection. A very, very important but thing a lot of people overlook is just doing a pre-check on your bike before you even get on the road. That pre-check can include ensuring your tires have the air they need, ensuring that your chain is not loose or even too tight, and also ensuring that it's lubricated so it doesn't rust or make any janky noises. And also part of the pre-check, if you do have like the little clear window that allows you to check your oil, make sure you check that as well. You don't want to potentially have an oil leak that you didn't know about, and now you're going balls to the wall on the freeway, you don't have no oil in your bike. All right, so moving on for what's in your control, the next subject will be what can be prevented. So unfortunately, it's kind of minimal of what you can prevent as a rider. Only thing you can really do is control your bike and how you operate it. And prevention is kind of hard on a motorcycle or even just riding in general. You won't be able to prevent many things on the road. You can always react to them though. So instead of putting your focus on what you can't prevent from happening and trying to control a situation, try to get practice in on what you think you can do to avoid situations. Positioning is very important. So you can always control your position. So I always line up like this, just in case there's a car behind me, and if I was to have mirrors on, or even if I was just to look behind me and I see a car creeping up unusually fast, I have that escape path to where I can swerve this car and kind of get in between the lanes if I have to, you know, just to avoid getting rear-ended. So yeah, in the gist, for what you can prevent, really you can't prevent many things, but your preparation is what's going to be most important before you even get on the road. As you can see, I'm cruising with cars on the road, but I'm trying not to be at their speed. So I say always ride 5 to 10 miles faster than the traffic on the road. This will prevent you from getting bunched up in between a lot of cars. Like as you can see, I have 2 cars here. I have a car creeping up in the right lane here, and it's a car further back in my same lane. But if those cars were to be close to me as far as our speed and the pace we're going at, it can lead to an accident happening, you know, more often rather than if I was just out of everybody's way. Because that's really my goal, is just to get out of everybody's way so they don't feel nervous, and also I don't have to worry about, you know, another car hitting me. This is one of my other videos, but you know, this tapping your front or rear brake when you know you're about to come to a complete stop is helpful. It just alerts the cars behind you that you are about to brake, because I feel like that's like the most common accident, if I'm not mistaken, for motorcyclists, is getting rear-ended. And that's really the biggest accident type that I worry about, because I trust myself on the road, my riding, but I just don't trust other cars ever. And going back to the subject of, you know, being bunched up with cars on the road, really the biggest thing is, if the car at the front of the line was to brake extremely hard, that's just going to cause a chain reaction, and every car behind them is going to brake hella hard. So by the time it gets to you, it may be extremely sudden and you may not have any control of it. But if you give yourself some distance, or if you even got away from those cars by riding 5 to 10 miles faster than them in the first place, you know, you may have avoided that situation as a whole. As a motorcyclist, you should always, always, always be on extra high alert when you are crossing through an intersection, man. So much stuff goes on at intersections, and your eyes should just be wandering back and forth, not focusing on anything specific, but seeing everything as a whole, taking it all in, and, you know, coming to the realization that you may have to brake, you might have to swerve, but it could happen. So just be ready for it so you don't have to get ready. Hopefully, if you've been riding for a while, you know what an open lane pattern is. So similar to an intersection, just be extra alert when there is an open lane pattern occurring. If there's a lane on the left and the right, and you move out of the left lane and go to the right because there's a line of cars here, just be alert that one of those cars might try to get in your lane. Especially on a motorcycle, if they don't see you, they're going to quickly put their blinker on, and they're probably going to turn into the lane before they even look. So just be extra, extra alert there. You do not want to get hit by a car on the side, and you can avoid it by just realizing, you know, the situation you're in. So right now I'm in the middle of the lane, so I'm in 2. To the left would be 1, and to the right would be 3. So know your lane positions, know what they mean, and know which position you should be in depending on, you know, what kind of situation you're in. I'm at the front of this line, so I'm not worried about being off to the front or the side. If someone was to try to rear end me, I could just go straight forward. There's no cars in front of me. Obviously, I wouldn't want to go into the intersection, but if I can just get out enough for that car to slow down while they're already emergency braking, then, you know, that'll save my life. So I don't know if you've been seeing a trend with the tips that I've been giving this video, but if you haven't realized, none of these things take any additional skill or, you know, practice to do. These are all like things that we can do as riders before we even get on the bike. Things that take the practice are, you know, the wheeling, the weaving, the leaning, turning, being comfortable at higher speeds, and also slowing down at higher speeds. All those things take practice and come with patience. But these tips, these bare minimum tips, these are tips that you'll use every single day, every time you're on the road. Because every time you get on this bike, it's not just going to be a linear black and white path. You know, it could be very colorful at times, and it could be unexpected. But the best way to prevent unexpected is just being prepared and almost anticipating that something bad will happen. And also to go with those going through intersections and also driving through an open lane pattern, you should always low-key be covering your front brake while you're going through those situations, so you don't have to try to get your hand there if there is like a quick emergency. If your hand is already covering that brake, you'll already be anticipating and be ready to use it. Like if you see if that Escalade was on the side of me and we were kind of starting to go at the same exact speed, so what I did was I just took the initiative and said, all right, I'm gonna get out your way. That's how I think about it. I'm not thinking about it in the sense of, oh, I'm fucking speeding past you, you driving too damn slow. Like, nah, man, we, just like life, just like us all as individuals, we're all on our own journey. And some of us aren't as in a rush. The way I look at it is, in life and also as individuals, we are all on our own path, our own journey, and we're not all going at the same pace. So like cars on the road, man, like some cars drive slower than others, some cars drive crazy fast. But that's their journey, that's their decision. They made that decision to ride that way when they got in their vehicle. So there's nothing I can do about it. I can't run up on that car that's speeding and say slow the fuck down. Like, that's not going to change anything or help anything. So as a motorcycle rider, I'm on my own journey, and I'm not going to let anybody else's pace or behavior get in my way. You feel me? Oh my God, man. Kind of want to cry because I know for a fact I probably will be getting another bike, man. Why? I'm also not essentially for the sense of the speed, but just to know I have more than what's there. I don't want to get 1,000 or 600 cc and try to max it out, try to push it to its full limit. Like, that's not what I'm here to do. I love thousands because they have the best features. For example, the ZX10, it has cruise control on it. It's a lot bigger of a bike, so it's going to have better wind protection while I'm on the highways. The CFMOTO, it smacks me when I go anything over like 85-ish, 90. So I just want something that's not as compact, and it's just able to do, absorb more wind, but also have the power there if I did want to use it, you know what I'm saying? There's guys out here with 11, 1200, 1000 cc Hayabusas, and they don't get those boosters for the speed. Not all of them, at least. I know a guy, I forgot his name. He's very prominent in the Instagram world, but he has like an orange booster, and he was talking about how, yeah, I have this booster, yeah, it's capable of doing this and that, and it has this many CCs, but I will never find out what it can do, because that's not what I'm here for, you know what I'm saying? And that's real. Like, listen to me, man. If you have the self-control and you know how to operate a motorcycle, you feel confident in your abilities, but you're also scary of the power the bike has, then you're good, bro. You're good. I feel like you'll be good to ride anything, man. Guys buy Hellcats and Scat Packs and all these sport cars every single day. Some of them get pulled over because they're speed demons, but some of them just like the aesthetic. Some of them just cruise. Some of them just like to ride, you know what I'm saying? Like, ride in style. So if mentally you know you're confident in your abilities, man, don't let nobody tell you that you're not ready for something. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're going to get killed on that. Like, that's extreme, bro. That's extreme. I don't like that statement at all, because you can get in the car and the worst thing in the world can happen to you. It could be a 1 in a million chance, and it just happen to you in a car, you know what I'm saying? So for somebody to say, oh, that bike's too fast for you, you're gonna kill yourself on the road, it's just not valid. Now, if it's somebody in your personal life that knows you, they know your tendencies, they know your impulses, things of that nature, and they maybe even witness you ride a bike, and they were like, yeah, you're gonna be a speed demon on the bike, then maybe you should listen to their advice. But don't listen to nobody's advice that doesn't know you and who you are, and you know what I'm saying, what you're capable of, bro. But it was your boy, man, Midwest Biker Boy, clocking out. This was my last 2024 ride on my 2024 CFMOTO 450 SS. I hope you guys been enjoying this 3 or 4 month journey since I've had the bike, man. And don't worry, next riding season, it'll definitely be a lot more content coming, a lot better content coming, man. I'm excited, and y'all may even see a potential new bike, bro. So just stay tuned, and I'm gone, man. Peace.